Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. Today I thought I would do another update video. I know a lot of you guys like these types of videos. I'll go through and detail exactly what I've been doing with the portfolio, giving you guys a review of all my current holdings, as well as any big plays I've made recently, either additions to the portfolio or any sell-offs I've made, and also talk a little bit about what I'm going to be doing with the portfolio over the next few weeks to month. As you can see here, the portfolio has now grown to $81,190. It's been performing very, very well over the last few months or so. And as you guys know, on the left here will be the ticker symbol as well as my current holdings. And my portfolio is currently organized per market sector. And I'll highlight what's in each market sector. And again, highlighting what I've made with regards to additions, subtractions, and any big plays that are coming up the next few weeks or so. So having said all that, let's jump into the portfolio here. Up top, I have my ETFs, DVY, SCHD, SDY, SPHD, and VYM. Of note, SPHD has an ex-dividend date coming up in a few days on the 15th. As you guys know, I've been trying to do a little bit of dividend capture with this particular stock. You can see my last dividend capture on the 31st worked out very, very well. I was able to buy the stock, capture the dividend, and then sell that off for even a little bit of a profit. And as you guys know, that's a very good ETF to do this with. It's a high dividend yielding ETF that pays out monthly. Very, very rare for a high dividend ETF to pay out monthly. So definitely keep your eyes on that if you are at all interested in trying out some dividend capture. And it's a good long-term play as well. It's a good long-term play with a good dividend yield that pays out monthly. Again, very rare for an ETF to do that. They typically pay out quarterly. Below that, I have my healthcare stocks. First, my pharmaceutical companies, BBV, AbbVie Incorporated, LLY, Eli Lilly and Company, PFE, Pfizer, and PTLA Portola. Of note, I've been adding a little bit to my AbbVie and Pfizer. As you guys can see there on the left, my shares have increased. Portola has a big decision coming out later this month, possibly early July, regarding a few of its products in development. If it goes the right way, if the FDA approves these particular drugs for sale within the United States, I can definitely see a big jump in the price of this stock that has occurred, as you can see here as well. A lot of optimism in some of its drugs being approved here, accounting for this big uptick here. And again, there was a big uptick here as well, similar to this uptick, but the FDA did not approve the drug, and you can see it definitely fell off here. So this is a very high-risk stock, but also is a very high-reward stock as well. Definitely a speculative play. If you're not risk averse, definitely check out Portola, but again, very, very risky play. Below Portola, I have also in the healthcare sector my services companies, ABT, Abbott Laboratories, CAH, Cardinal Health, and J&J, Johnson & Johnson. Haven't really made any big plays with those. Added a bit to Abbott Laboratories, but just a few shares there. Below that, I have my industrials, first starting with aerospace, Boeing, BA, Lockheed Martin, LMT. Below that, I have my conglomerates, GE, General Electric, MMM, 3M. Below that, machinery with ITW, Illinois Tool Works. Below that, railroad company, CNI, Canadian National Railroad, UNP, Union Pacific, one supply company, International Paper, and one chemical company, DOW. All in the industrial category. Have not made any big changes to any of those particular stocks. Below that, I have consumer discretionary. Of note, Ford here. This is a stock I do a lot of day and swing trades with, and it's definitely pulled back here quite a bit. I have a lot of capital locked up into this particular stock. Probably too much at the moment, a little bit too high of proportion with regards to my overall portfolio. If it ticks up here a bit, I'm going to probably sell off probably $10,000 or so. As you can see, their average cost about $11.30. That's probably a little bit low. As you guys know, Robinhood is first in, first out. It's not very good with day trading with regards to if you're holding any of the stock long, because you'll never get well, you're always getting the tax 1 year time frame reset with regards to long-term capital gains as well as qualified dividends. So it's very difficult if you're doing a lot of day and swing trading with the stock to accumulate any stock to get the preferred tax brackets. But again, probably hold a little bit too much for this. I'm going to sell a little bit of Ford off, and like I've mentioned in prior videos, I'll probably not do any more day or swing trades with Ford because I want to start saving up some of those shares to get over 1 year of holding time. Then I can get the preferred capital gains when I do sell off, as well as the benefits from standpoint of dividends, getting the lower tax rates on dividends that are paid out as well. GM is below that. Both of these are automotive companies. Also in the consumer discretionary sector, we have GRMN and TGT, electronics and retail. Below that, restaurant companies, MCD, McDonald's, YUM, Yum Brands, and YUMC, Yum Brands, China. YUMC has been performing very well. It did pull back here a bit, 2.58 on the last day of trading. But you can see here over the last 3 months, it's up 50.44%. So very, very good holding. I wish I had more shares, and unfortunately I only have one there. Another company here in the textiles, retail, VF Corp. Very, very good performance here. Not quite sure what's accounting for that big uptick here with the VFC. If anybody has any details about that, let me know. Very interested to find out why that had an 8.5% gain on the last day of trading. Also in consumer discretionary, switching over to consumer staples now, we have agriculture, ADM, Archer Daniels, Midland, foodstuffs, SYY, Cisco, household products, CL, Colgate, KMB, Kimberly-Clark. No big changes in those stocks. Below that, we have packaged goods, HSY, Hershey Company, KHC, Kraft Heinz Company, personal products, PG, Procter & Gamble. And below that, a few beverage companies, BUD, Anheuser-Busch, KO, Coca-Cola, and PEP, PepsiCo. Below my consumer staples, I have my financial stocks. 5 companies here, BOFI, HBAN, MS, WFC, and ORI. And you can see there, very, very good performance over the last day of trading. I would anticipate that's going to be continuing as we move forward for the next few months or so. I think I'm going to be adding dollar cost averaging to WFC. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I've been kind of holding off. I did add some to ORI there. You can see 22 shares, as well as BOFI, now up to 51 shares. BOFI is another speculative stock, very high risk but high reward with that particular company. Below my financials, I have my information technology. First, IBM, International Business Machines, AAPL, Apple Incorporated, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, INTC, Intel, and MSFT, Microsoft. No big changes in any of those companies. Below that, telecoms, AT&T, VZ, Verizon. Added a bit to AT&T there, as you can see, now up to 35 shares with that particular company. Below that, energy, XOM, ExxonMobil. Utilities, below that, CNP, Centerpoint Energy, ED, Consolidated Edison, and Esso Southern. Below that, I have some real estate investment trusts, as you guys know. Been doing some dividend capture as well with APLE, Apple, Hospitality, FRT, Federal Realty Investment, O, Realty Income Delaware, and STAG, Stag Industrial. All very good, high dividend yielding REIT or real estate investment trust. Below that, I have some closed-end funds, business development companies, GOF, Guggenheim, PCM Fund, PSEC, Prospect Capital, and PTY PIMCO. One bond fund, BHK, BlackRock, and just a few shares of some penny stocks there. I literally have less than $1 in these 2 companies here, BAC plus B and SDR. So that's the current portfolio. Now I'll scroll slowly up to give you guys one more chance to take a look at all the ticker symbols on the left, as well as the number of shares I'm holding. Over the next few weeks here, I'm going to be seriously looking to add to my portfolio. Again, very speculative play, but it could have very, very high rewards if the FDA decision does go the right way, and I'll do a little bit of a swing trade with that, and then hold some shares for longer term. Again, Ford, I'm looking to probably sell off a few shares of Ford here. I think there's better opportunities in other stocks right now. And save that, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging my financial stocks, most notably Wells Fargo, WFC, as well as my pharmaceutical stocks as well. Probably ABBV, AbbVie, as well as PFE, Pfizer. I'll also be taking a look at LLY, Eli Lilly and Company. If it does pull back a few percent, I'm going to be adding to that particular position as well. So that's my current portfolio. If you guys have any comments about that, let me know as well. If you guys have any comments about VFC, VF Corp, and why it ticked up 8.5%, let me know as well. Always interested in finding out exactly what's going on with my particular stocks. And if there's any good stocks that you guys are looking at, on my watch list on the bottom here, I'll quickly scroll down. Definitely taking a look at Tesla here. Definitely probably should have jumped in a few months back. You can see up 46.23%. So missed the opportunity there. But again, that's a very risky stock in my opinion. May be oversold right now, but again, long term, I think it's probably an okay play, probably a very good play. But again, very difficult to predict or prognosticate about the future with any stock. So there's always an element of risk. And with the market hitting all-time highs as well, there's always a risk of a little bit of a pullback as well, a correction in the stock market. And these can be quite significant, up to 10% at times. I'm expecting probably a 5% pullback. But again, you can't really determine when that's going to happen. Maybe this year, maybe next year, but I definitely think within the next 2 years there's going to be a significant pullback at some point. So even a lot of folks who have ETFs will feel that pullback, and individual stocks as well. It's going to be hit or miss with that. So that's why I kind of like to have quite a few stocks, try to have some diversification. Because of that, I think I'm a little bit too heavy on my forward. The portfolio as well, that's definitely a swing trade. If I can get out of that trade after the FDA decision, depending if it goes the right way, I'm definitely going to reduce my portfolio percentage of that stock as well. So again, that's my portfolio. Let me know if what you guys are doing with your portfolios, any good additions, any comments, let me know as well. And as always, if you guys enjoy my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Still building the channel. Definitely appreciate your guys' support. Sign up for the Amazon giveaway. Robinhood 10,000. Put a comment on that video. There's a link down below here for that. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing a live giveaway video. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And again, if you guys have any good video ideas, any good video suggestions with regards to investment strategies or a way that you play the stock market, let me know as well. Always looking for new things to read up on and learn about. So yeah, kind of with that, I'll end the video, and we'll see you guys next.